All right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Thursday, the 29th of August. Just one more day left in the month, and we've got tastings tonight and tomorrow night. Our vintage Aussie tasting coming up tomorrow night here at the store, and believe it or not, we still have space. We're serving Penfolds, Grange, Clarendon Hills, Estrellas, and some other great wines, all 10 years or older. And it's going to be an incredible night here. Call us up, give us an email if you want to come. I think we still have room for 6 or 8 people, believe it or not. And we're taking all these wines down without you, with or without you. And another great deal has just come across our desk. You know, it's the doldrums of summer, and these big distributors need to get stuff out of the warehouse, even if it's a Grand Reserva from a great vintage, from a great producer, Conde de Valdemar. I'll never forget my first trip to Spain, man. I saw more dirty barrels and moldy cellars than I've seen anywhere in the wine world. You know, it was just at the beginning stages of these producers starting to turn things around and get into the current era of winemaking, well, cleanliness and temperature-controlled fermentation, which this winery was one of the first in Rioja to temperature control their vats so they could control the temperature of fermentation, one of the things that is oh so important in making great wine every year. The Martinez-Bojandas family has been in Rioja for over 100 years, and one of the things they realized is they needed to control their own source of fruit in order to make the best wine, and today they own over 1,000 acres in all 3 of the different areas, Rioja Baja, Rioja Alvarez, and Rioja Alta, and they feel like, you know, each of these areas has got its own special qualities, and in any given vintage, well, you know, they just wanted to have vineyards in all 3 of them in order to make the best possible wine every year. This Grand Reserva 2004 is a phenomenal year. You know, 2001, 2004, 2005, probably the 3 best years in Rioja in this decade. And in a great vintage, Riojas can last, well, 50 years. We had the 1950 vintage Rioja from a producer that's not considered a great producer win our vintage Spanish tasting this year. It was still fantastic drinking, superb. And if this wine is any sign, this vintage is equally as good, and, you know, technology even better. You could keep this wine 20, 30 years or more, and regularly $40. It's still a value. We've got this wine at $22.50, an incredible value. It's amazing the value you can find out of Spain today. This wine has got a lovely sweet tobacco spice, some dill, some dried meat, some Asian spice, dried flowers, incense, lovely sweet cherry liqueur-like fruit here still in the bouquet, smooth and silky on the tongue. This wine still has a solid core of red berry fruit, very fresh and lively on the finish, really balanced. This wine, like I said, it's got at least 10 more years to go in the cellar, and if that 1950 Burburana is any indication, you may be able to keep this wine 20, 30 years or more for $22.50. One of the best values we have come across this year from Spain. Check it out. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.